And now what I want to do is I want to read you a Sufi story. And I'll probably need to explain it a little, and then we'll shut the camera off, and then I want you to try to interpret it. These are teaching stories, and that's how they were used. They were used in a group with people, and they had groups like this, and the students would interpret it, and it would be very interesting. So I may need to explain a little bit to you, for you to get the story again, who the characters are. Two characters. Tamerlane is a great conqueror, like Genghis Khan. This is the Turco-Persian Empire around the 14th century. And Tamerlane has conquered everything in sight. However, Tamerlane is a very unusual conqueror in those days in that he also created a renaissance of literature and science and everything like that. And he also was a very avid chess player and spent a lot of time using chess to study military warfare. During his time, a Sufi poet named Hafiz, or Hafiz of Shiraz, lived, and he was very famous, kind of what we call a spiritual poet. Hafiz is a title rather than his real name. Hafiz or Hafez is a title given to someone who has memorized the Quran. And so it was his pen name, kind of. It is also quite common in Sufi literature to combine together, with male poets, this is the love of women and the love of God. And God in a very sophisticated sense. So poems that are written that appear to be about women are usually also religious. Rumi was the poet that did that quite a lot, and Hafiz does the same thing. Although in this case I think there was a woman as well, but they didn't really see it so differently. See, in a way they saw the beauty of women as being like that of God on earth. So I think that's all you have to know here, except that Tamerlane, aside from being a very educated character, was a very fierce character. And when being in his court, when he wasn't happy with you, you were very near death. So there was nothing for him to do. The other thing I thought you might want to know, some of you would know this, others not, the word prodigality is used in this story, and you don't all know what that means. Prodigality is to be generous, sometimes to be generous, ridiculously generous, to a fault. Okay. So Timur, which is what Tamerlane was called, and Hafiz. The Sufi poet Hafiz of Shiraz wrote the famous poem, "If that Shirazi Turkish maid would take my heart into her hand, I'd give Bukhara for the mole upon her cheek, or Samarkand." These are countries. The conqueror Tamerlane had Hafiz brought before him and said, having him brought before him is not a good idea. It's not good for him. "How can you give away Bukhara and Samarkand for a woman? Besides, they are my own domains, and I shall not permit anyone to pretend they are not." So he's angry. Hafiz said to him, "Your meanness may have given you power. My generosity has put me in your power. Your meanness is obviously more effective than my prodigality, my generousness." Tamerlane laughed and let the Sufi go. So that's the whole story. And maybe we'll shut off the camera now. And those of you who are watching this and not here, you can have fun figuring out what the teaching of this story is too.